Hello again, everyone. Welcome to part 3 of this waiting series. And the title is This Time We Are Truly Waiting. And I guess I'll just do a little bit of a summary of just to let you know what exactly I'm doing here. And I am part of Palette and Partnership. And that's Brian and myself. We have been doing creative videos with perler art, diamond art. We did some paint pouring with balloons. We did paint pouring, and we did some watercolors. So we have quite a few videos on YouTube. And we really enjoyed our partnership. Now, we were partners in life and partners in these YouTube videos that we created. But we are going through a storm. And in video 1, I was talking about how I was literally sitting in this camper that I'm in, and there was lightning around me, thunder around me, and it was raining. And then the second part of this waiting series, the sun was starting to come out. So the idea behind me sharing what's going on in our relationship is because we are palette and relationship. Now, I don't know how we ended up with that title, except I was using ChatGPT and just really looking for some titles for us. And it seemed to really, to me, it seemed to call me, right? The name, it called me, and it's like, this is what it needs. This is what our ministry, our online ministry should be called. And I like that title now because we are more than doing creative pieces, creative art. We are in a relationship with each other, in a relationship with others, in a relationship with our audience. And most of all, we are in a relationship with God. So, and some of those things we've run into trouble, and we are separate right now, but really we know how much we love each other. But there are just some issues, right, that we are taking to God, and we are taking to others who are helping us sort through some of the issues that we're having. Now, in part 2, I talked about some of the things that bothered me, right? About memories and how trauma bonds, how painful memories really slide in to a relationship and can cause a lot of trouble, a lot of havoc. And that's what we're both addressing right now. That's what we're dealing with. Now, I have not seen too many couples. The only couple I can think of right now, her name was the Sherpa, I think. She and her husband would do videos together. Not like we do, but her husband would help her. And I can't think of the names right now, but there are other artists as well that work together as a team. But because I'm a spiritual wellness coach and because I'm an expressive art practitioner, we are in a different situation because I'm not a therapist, but the work that we do, it always seems dig up something emotional to be talked about, something spiritual to be discovered, or something, of memories that are coming at us, something that needs to be discussed. So it is really important that we honor that part of palate and relationship. And I am very happy that Brian is on board with me having these conversations on YouTube. I write about them on Substack and on LinkedIn. And, I blog about them because this is important. Humility, transparency is very important, I believe, when we are, um, I don't want to call it the business, but it is an online business, but in the ministry of helping others through creativity, through the release of creative streams even. Okay. And I know none of what I'm saying right now is in my notes, but I really feel like I want to give you a little bit more of a background, a little bit more of an introduction as to what it is that I'm actually trying to do here. And so I've seen it time and time again, how God, as we read scriptures, as we have worship music, as we worship Him, as we listen and look to Him as He releases creative streams through us, lots of healing gets accomplished. And that's my heart. That's just my interest. But because that is my interest, I also need to be willing to share my struggles, and I need to be transparent with my audience so that you know that I am going through things too. I'm on my journey of to becoming a mature Christian, to really on this journey towards spiritual wholeness that I've written about in one of my books. It's just never done, right, till we get to heaven. So, but to get back to this video that I'm recording, which is based on the articles that I wrote on Substack and LinkedIn, and am now recording into videos. The part of the information I present is a confession of past patterns, right? I don't know if you've ever done this, but I've often tried to help God along, right? I don't always pause like I should and say, is what I'm about to do really what you're asking me to do? Or am I just thinking that this is okay? It's really important that I confess that this is what I sometimes do. Even a spiritual wellness coach, even an expressive art practitioner, even, like I said, I'm not a therapist, but there are therapists, there are PhDs, there are people who have issues, who have problems, who have challenges that they are addressing even when they're meeting with you. Okay, so that's just what I want to talk about. I want to throw that out there. And sometimes what I do, my pattern, it looks like I'm overthinking things. Have you heard of stinking thinking before? I do that. I plan things, and okay, if I do this, then that's going to happen, and then that's going to happen, and hold on. Actually, even as I was just telling you all that, I could just feel my heart just contract in stress, right? Because I did that even out here at the camper. I had my mind made up of what needed to be happening on outside as a little deck. And as I was talking to Brian about it, I realized, you know what? The only reason these thoughts are in my mind is because this is how we did it when I was a child. This is how my parents, this is what they did. This is what I did when I went camping in my first marriage with our children, right? So these are past patterns where I absolutely had to have something in a specific way and I didn't know why. Well, now I know why. Well, I'm just going to say it's still done, but I don't mean to laugh about it. I guess I do. It's still done the way I saw it, and actually even better than I saw it. But the blessing is, the icing on the cake is that I also got a memory. I got and then, in an expressive art, when I do some of my workshops, the people, I'll have them write a story, and then I will say, and then what? And then, so that we can just keep trying to figure out, okay, what exactly am I telling myself? And is what I'm telling myself, is that really what I want to be carrying around with me? Or is that something I need to let go of? Right? And the theme of this video is surrendering control and embracing God's timing in emotional and relational storms. Okay. Now, I did not think for a minute that having issues in relationships could be something that is a blessing sent by God. Okay. Um, I didn't think that, but Brian and I both, we know we love each other. Okay. But there are some issues. There's some stuff going on. We are still in a storm, but instead of trying to fix each other, right? We are allowing each other space to figure out what's going on. What do I need to change? What do I need to embrace? It's not all about changing and letting go, but sometimes we need to let new things into our life so that our lives can be more fulfilling, right? More joyful, more meaningful. And so in my notes here, I'm saying I'm waiting with intention, okay? But not intention that I get something or because I want something or I demand something. No, I'm waiting with intention to see God, how do you lead the way, right? Like today, I had to say no to something. Ooh, I don't really like it when I have to say no, because then I start to feel guilty and these kinds of things, you kind of go nutty, right? Well, maybe you don't, but I do. And so, but I really felt that the Spirit was saying, no, you need to be by yourself. I've got some jobs for you to do. I want you to do these recordings. I want you to write some more chapters in your book. And I want you to get these things done. I want you to schedule them. So when you go back to home next week, when you go back to work, you don't need to stress about it. Okay. So it is really important. It's of primary importance to put God first. I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay. Now, point 3 is letting go of control, right? This waiting is teaching me to let go of needing to know how everything will end, right? Even though I already know the end, because in November of 2021, the Lord told me that Brian would be my husband and that I'm not to mess around. He made it very clear. He said, don't manipulate, don't call, don't text, don't do anything. You wait on me, right? And I did that. And then certain situations happened, which I kind of briefly mentioned in the last 2 parts. And that's how we ended up living together, being together as a common law couple. Okay, so now, before I move on to the scripture reflection, let me just say, those of you who are saying Christians shouldn't live together, you're right. You're absolutely right. I got it. But before you throw any stones, before you throw me under the bus, I ask that you just take into consideration all the different things that happened. Okay? And if you go back to part 2, which is where I read the journaling, the words the Lord had given me in response to my question. You know what? He is always very kind. He's not condemning me. He didn't condemn me. He knows me. He knows what I was struggling with, what I was dealing with. And so instead of just turning off and saying, I don't want to hear another thing of what she has to say, stick with me, stick it out, and see if together we can't learn something about the amazing grace, absolute amazing grace that the Lord extends to us because he loves us and because he sees what we're going through. He sees our heart. He sees our minds, our thoughts. He sees, he knows. Isaiah 30:18, verse 18, it says, "Yet the Lord longs to be gracious to you and me. Therefore, he will rise up to show you compassion, to show us compassion. For the Lord is a God of justice. Blessed are all who wait for him." Nowheres in the Bible, and I've read it through several times in my studies throughout the years, does it say that I have to be perfect. If anybody tells you that they're perfect, there is a problem. I'm telling you, I am not perfect. And because we're not perfect, right? But we listen and we embrace of how the Lord with in our relationship, how he talks to us, how he helps us, how he changes us. That is so vital and so important. Humility, right? We're humble, we're transparent, we're vulnerable, and that's where he can meet us when we're like that. Now, God rises to meet us in the waiting, not with punishment, but with compassion. We're not forgotten when we make mistakes, even very serious mistakes. In Evil Lurking, From Electric Chair to Kingdom Grace, it's a project I wrote based on Christian ethics, and it's an online course. It comes this textbook comes with a workbook. In that, you would be surprised the kind of people that God forgives. Yeah. I don't know. He challenged me in that one chapter. I wrote about pointing the finger. If I go around pointing the finger, you know what? There's 3 looking back at me. And so I want to just say thank you, Lord, that you are allowing me to be humble enough to share what I'm sharing. Now, don't go overboard, okay? I'm not sharing everything. I am not perfect, okay? So I'm going to invite you to take a moment. Either now, you can pause the video now and you can do some journaling, or you can finish listening to the video and then do some journaling. And say, what have you been trying to control lately? And what does surrender look like for you right now? That's a big challenge, right? Is it your children? Is it your job? Is it your spouse? Is it your ministry? Is it your creative flow? Like sometimes we try to control that creative flow and we can say, excuse me, but it's 10 o'clock at night and I'm going to sleep when the flow comes, which is what happened to me this last Saturday, right? 10 o'clock at night, all of a sudden I sat at the computer for 4 hours working on a project. When a flow comes, we need to surrender to it, and we need to if at all possible, to heed that flow, and allow the words to come, allow the pictures to come, allow the songs to come, right? And there's more. I mean, I'm sure sometimes people even get inventions, right? When the creative flow comes, they get inventions. And so what I'm asking you to do is, if you are not able to write, create something that visually represents release. It might be an open hand, a leaf on the water, or simply a color that brings peace. Okay, so again, if you even my creative invitations here, okay, they are not to stress you out. You can't write right now? That's fine. Open your hands. Just surrender, right? You can draw open hands. You can put a leaf on the water and see your difficulties float away, right? It just reminds me of some other pictures I've done through the years. And the Lord has a specific way of speaking to us about how to release whatever is holding us back. So back to palette and partnership. Okay, so we are truly waiting, okay, both of us, not because we have no other choice. We always have a choice, but because we both believe that God is present in this pause that we're taking, in this time. Okay, we are not behind. You are not behind. We're not behind. You're not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where God can meet you. Okay, I think that's probably all the words I have. There is no more. So, and I guess I want to end up on that note. You're exactly where God can meet you. And what a better place to be than that. When He meets us, right? He is the one who loves us so deeply, so profoundly, that He allows us, even in my situation, as I talked about in the last video, He allows me to get into this situation, and even though I made some errors, He still loves me. He still cares about me. He loves us. He loves you. So as I close, I did want to just try this out here. See how this goes. Okay, there you go. Always learning new things. It's really good, even at an older age, to step out, to try something new. Whether it's writing, like I'm getting to know some more people who are in their 60s, 70s, 80s, who are wanting to write books. Creating, it's never too late, right? Running a triathlon, or I think you're running, you're swimming, and you're biking a triathlon. It's never too late. So let me encourage you to step out. Be brave. Be courageous. Do what God is calling you to do. And as you do, He will surprise you. He will heal you. He will bring back memories. And He will bring them to you so that you can give them back to Him and you can receive your healing. So thank you for listening. I hope you check out the other videos as well. And right now, there's probably going to be another 2 videos that I'll do. Who knows? Maybe there'll be more. But thank you so much for listening. And don't forget that Let me put this here as well. This is my email address, okay? And don't forget to email me with any of your journaling or any of your creative pieces. When you see this video on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like it, right? Don't forget to share it if you know someone else who could benefit from the kinds of things that I'm talking about. There are a lot of Christians that are struggling, right? And so many times I hear, and I've experienced it myself, we're not necessarily safe in the church, right? And we need someone who is able and willing to share the struggles openly, right? And give you an opportunity to do so as well, without condemnation, without pointing the finger, with offering the same kind of compassion that Jesus offers. So I will get back to you soon. Thanks for listening.